Welcome back to the Reckless Wrench Garage. I am Chris, and today I'm going to start customizing the dream shop build by adding this big mezzanine and staircase, giving us all the storage, all the room for the activities, making dreams come true. Stick around. Time to start hanging up the wood for the mezzanine. I'm just going to use some 3-inch wood screws to kind of hang them in place and temp them up, the main supports for this back header or ledger, whatever you want to call it, or whatever it is. I don't know, I'm not a carpenter. I'm going to temp them up in place and then use a 3/8 lag bolt to hang them and secure them to the posts of the shop. And it's going to go across the whole way. I used a laser level to make sure I get my marks completely level, and I'm just going to line them up to that and go to town. And hopefully I'm fairly accurate. It's supposed to be within like a 1/8 inch or so. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. Sweet. They are within a 1/16 of an inch, so I'm gonna call that good enough for reckless work. One little issue I just ran into with the frame out for the door, it was too tight of an area to be able to squeeze my 2x10s in there and drive the lag bolts this way. So I made this little standoff. I'm gonna drive the lag bolts on this one into the main support, and then I'll be able to mount the 2x10 3 inches further out this way, because I'll be able to have this support bolted onto. Had to change up my plan a little bit and work around the frame out, but not a big deal. And I bored the holes down a little bit deeper, so we'll get good tie-in into the main structure. So being tall usually doesn't have many disadvantages. However, one thing I've noticed, what kind of dumb Sasquatch would have put their earmuffs up here and then spent the last 10 minutes looking for them? Yeah. All right, I got the header board doubled up, everything's secured. Now I need to attach these post bases. So I'm gonna drop a 6x6 post, 2 of them, 10 feet apart in the middle of the barn. That will secure the post so the loft is nice and supported. This requires a 5/8 fastener. So I got a 5/8 concrete drill bit on the old Ryobi. This has a hammer drill function, but I don't know if this is gonna have the oomph to get into it. So I guess we'll give it a whirl and see how it goes. I guess I owe my Ryobi drill an apology for doubting it, because just did that, no problems. Good job. Well, it's getting a little later in the evening, sun's going down. Still don't have power out here, so a little bit difficult to continue on, but I started building what would be an awesome fort if I was like 12 or if I was 32. I don't know, it's pretty dang cool though. What we got going on, these are just in place to hold up this beam and help keep it centered. I stuck my level on all sides and we are pretty dang straight up and down on all sides. And as you can see, I'm going to lop it off at that top line and then cut out this chunk right there. It's gonna have a notch in it, so that way the beam's going across. It's gonna be flush on the face down there, but this one is positioned, it's a little bit bigger beam, but it's positioned to where they're going to sit on that notch, so that way the weight of the mezzanine bearing down is going to go into the actual beam and less of just hanging on fasteners like in the back. So I'm not an engineer, but that seems like a better way to do it, and I obviously couldn't do that in the back without cutting out big notches in the in the barn and the poles that are holding this whole thing up. So definitely didn't want to do that, but here we can. So I'm gonna call it quits here for today. You guys won't see it, but in a few more sleeps I'll be back out here cutting some chunks and putting up more boards.
just above freezing, but I got a roof over my head and the wind off my back, so that's pretty nice. Now I got both header boards, all the posts set up. Now I need to run all the floor joists. Those are also gonna be 2x10s. Might be overkill, might not be, I don't know. I just want this thing to be as strong as I can make it, so I'm gonna make them 2x10 floor joists. I'm gonna hang them up. I'm gonna do 16 inches on center all the way down. With the exception, I'm gonna have to space it kind of weird right over the garage door opening just so I have clearance for the roll-up door. But that's my next step. Run all these floor joists, lay all the floor panels down, then we gotta build some stairs. Just got the floor put down. It's all 3/4 inch tongue and groove OSB. I really don't like OSB, but with the prices of lumber, that's what I'm gonna use, and it's gonna be fine to serve its purpose as a big storage shelf pretty much. So now I got an additional 300 square feet of space in the shop by building a little bit taller and building this loft. My 3 stair stringers are cut out, and I'm not gonna lie, stairs are kind of hard actually. I used a calculator online to figure out my dimensions and everything. I knew I wanted a 7 1/4 rise and a 10-inch run, and then I used a calculator to figure everything else out. That was accurate. My initial cuts, however, were not accurate. I cut out 3 more stringers, which each one is about 30 cuts, so 90 cuts total. I got them laid out. One issue I'm running into, these dang 2x12s, I can't get a straight one to save my life, it seems like. These 2 on the outside are pretty good. However, this one in the middle, it bows like a freaking rainbow, kind of. So I'm going to have to, it's good up at the top and towards the bottom, but what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to try and, when I'm putting these together, give it some upward pressure to try and get a little bit of that bow out of there. I mean, when I cut it out, I was able to screw them together to keep it straight, but it's gonna be a challenge. This one is really good. That one's lined up really nicely, but this one, yeah, we got a big old fat gap there. I hate gaps. I'm gonna use this ratchet strap, my favorite Chinese ratchet strap, to pull it up and take that bend out of it. And then I got a couple boards already positioned. I'm gonna throw some temporary screws in there. As I work my way up, I'll pull them out and put wood glue in them as I go. And I don't know if this is gonna work, but we're gonna give it a shot. Well, that's it for this episode of the Reckless Wrench Garage. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm really having fun kind of doing some new things. I'm not used to carpentry or woodwork, any of that kind of stuff. I'm not calling myself a carpenter by any means, but I did really enjoy putting this together, building this, and I learned a lot of new things in the process of it, so that was really cool. Subscribe if you guys want to see more. I got to update you on the electrical installations coming. I'm going to build this little hush house for the air compressor and all that and run the lines. So I got more work to do in here. My doors will be here soon. So once that happens, it's gonna be full steam ahead and moving in and start really kind of making this space my own. And I'm already enjoying, I'm enjoying it so much. I hope you guys could tell, but hey, anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you want to hang out and see some more builds and things like that. But until next time, stay reckless. All right, I got my 3 stair stringers.